You're going to jail. What are the chances now of you hearing this and it actually being true? You're going to jail. What do you have to look forward to? Well, each state has their different jails and laws that go with them. But for the most part, for those of you who've never been to jail, I've never been in prison, but I've been to jail. If you're a man, you know, I guess in between the active age of what, 21 and 35, probably a good chance you're going to hear that more than someone who's over that age because they're just not involved in certain activities. Most men that are out hunting for women usually find themselves in some kind of scuffle, and it usually comes from other men because we're stupid like that. We have to show off that we're either the strongest, got the best car, got the most money, something that involves trying to, bed some chick who's really not even interested in you or is interested in you for 5 seconds, until it's all over. Then she loses her interest. It's in the long run, it's not worth it. But, the system, you know, is not broken because people, will continue to do these things. But here's the thing about jail. Here's the thing about jail. People going to jail are okay. Going to jail and going to the hospital almost has the same kind of like. It's like, you're going to jail for how long? Hey, I'm going to the hospital for how long? What happened? It's always those questions, right? For how long and what happened? Why are you going to the hospital? Why are you going to the jail? But people don't usually think I'm going to jail forever. But when you say I'm going to prison, it's like, ooh, that could be forever. But going to jail, you think, I'm going to go to jail, do a couple days, get out, do a month, get out. You know what I'm saying? It kind of has the same effect, except, they're both bad. It's like, I got to go to the hospital. That's not usually a good thing unless something happens to you, and then you're like, I need to go to the hospital. But if you call somebody like, I'm going to the hospital, that's usually bad. Something bad has happened, and now you have to go to the hospital. Same thing with jail. I'm going to jail. What happened? Or usually you get the call from jail. But here's the thing about the jail system: you're expected to come home, just like the hospital. But about a year ago, you know, the fiscal year, 98,000 people went to a hospital and never returned, and they were all there for minor injuries. It's the same thing with that number is not so large as in jail, but you're finding that a lot of people are going to jail, not to prison, but to jail, and they're not coming home. This is what happened with the Sandra Bland case, and there was more than, like, Sandra Bland was the only person that, female. There were 4 other females that went to jail, and they were either hung or they were killed in some kind of way, and no prison guard went to prison for it. They all claim they don't know nothing or the cameras didn't see anything, but those women were all murdered. So what's going on? You know what I'm saying? It used to be, you need to, the parents would punish their kids because their kids would take the car and do some old crazy stuff. And if the, 17, 18-year-old got caught by the police, police would call your dad. They probably know him. Hey, Bobby's down here. Come down and get him. He's like, let him spend a night in jail. Now, don't do that. I'll be right back. I'll be right there. I'll be right there to bail him out. Because people are not coming home. It's like, it's a thing now. people, I'll be right there. How much is a bail? No problem. The bail bond system they're a bunch of crooks. It's crooked all day long. It's crooked. But you get pulled over just for having a scratch in your windshield. One of your taillights is blown out. And then you don't come home from this. Like, this is a reality now. You know what I'm saying? Your turn signal. That's how Sandra Bland got killed. Her turn signal. It was a turn signal, which is a minor traffic incident, and it's not even an arrestable offense. It was just get the ticket, but no, it's get out of the car. It's like it's a turn signal. It's not even arrestable offense. Oh no. Oh no. It's get out of the car now. It's get out of the car. We suspect you of this, that, and the third. It's like what can you possibly suspect me of? So it's dangerous. It's dangerous now. The whole driving while black is taking on a whole new meaning. It's not even driving while black now, it's just driving. You know, it's just driving. Because they're catching men, women, it doesn't matter what color you are. Well, you still haven't seen Asians go through this. You're not either. You don't see Asians going through this. You don't see people from India. You don't see them going through this. You don't. You see white, black, and Mexicans going through it, Africans and stuff like that. But you don't see Asians going through this. You just don't. Most of the time, if you see an Asian in prison, they really did something wrong. they provoked it. They really, really, really messed up. So I was in jail before weekend or something. I don't know. I went to jail once, and the judge said, "Why are you here?" I was like, I was hoping you could tell me because I had no idea why I was there. Some fight I supposedly got into, but I didn't. I got maced and then thrown in jail. It was like, really? I was just crossing the street to go home. Literally, just crossing the street to go home. Boom, I'm in jail. Anyway, so this guy was in there. While he was in there, I was talking to the other inmates, and they were just like, he doesn't talk. But I was very curious about him because he was banging his head up against the bars. And I know that hurt. And he was going boom, boom. And I was like, what's his story? They were like, they were like, he wrote a letter to the president and said he was going to kill him. He said he was going to blow the president up. The feds tracked him down and threw him in jail. And he's been there for a while. Like, he's going to federal jail. That's a federal crime. But that's why he was banging his head up against the wall. I ended up playing him a couple games of chess, and you know what? He barely, I don't think he said a word the whole time I was there. But I watched him play chess, and I was like, you want to play? And he just looked at me in agreement. And I played him, and he spanked me 3 times. And I admired the fact that this dude was super smart. But he never said a word. But other than that, you're not going to see, you're just not going to see a lot of them there. But nonetheless, but the whole jail system is scary now. You know, from teaching you a lesson to stand there, for a night to now the chances are you're not coming home is becoming greater and greater. And the prison system is already messed up. Now the prisoners have had a nationwide strike because they were like, it's inhumane what they're doing. Because the prisons are overcrowded, and now they're throwing people inside of prison cells that were made for 2 people. They're trying to fit more in there because the police keep arresting people. A lot of times they don't even know what they're being arrested for. What did I do? You hear a lot of this happening. I didn't do anything. And, the police make up this whatever, and they're throwing people in prison because of the money that they get, the incentives that they're getting. It's like getting a bonus. Remember back in '09 when the St. Louis was getting all that money for, hitting people in football? They're getting all that extra money. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't St. Louis, it was New Orleans Saints. That's what's happening. These cops are getting bonuses for putting people in jail. And the more bonuses that, they're offering, the more bonuses, that they're getting and throwing people in jail for just, they take your car, they sell your car on the auction because you can't afford to get it out. But This government is no longer the land of the free. We have 2.3 million people that are in jail, more than anyone else. They're even saying that the inhumane conditions in prison is worse than other third world countries. Like than third world countries. It's like, how bad can this get before it's all coming through the government, because it's through government contracts that these people are making money, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy now. Like, it's not even prison isn't even a thing of you go there and you do your time. It's it's not like that. You're going to a place where the chances of you not getting out of there are greater and greater and greater. And they had the reason why the prisoners had went on strike is because of the murders that happened, where like 6 or 7 people were all murdered at one time. And they're like, it could have all been avoided. But when you have overcrowding and things like that, and a lot of people are going to say, well, don't go to jail. Where it's like I said, you got cases where people are going to jail and they don't even know why they're there. You get people going to jail for resisting arrest. You're like, don't resist arrest. Hey, what's going on?
How are you?
Oh, thank you. I'm good. You thirsty? I don't have a cold one, but I have a water. You want one?
I have a big ice container.
You good?
Yes, I'm good.
All right.
Thank you.
You look
I
nice.
appreciate it. Thank you.
You working hard?
Appreciate it. Oh my God, always. Unfortunately.
Yeah. You too, the mail lady. But so the prison system is inhumane. You're like, okay, well, don't go to prison. It's just like I said, people are going to prison for, I don't even know why they're sending old ladies to prison. They don't even know why they're going to prison. The cops are coming in and claiming they did something that they didn't, and if you fight the cops, then you're going to prison. It's like, well, wait a minute. You're coming into my house, you're saying I did something I didn't, you're barging into my house, you're not asking me permission, you're forcing your way into my house, you showed up in my house with a SWAT team, and you knocked down my door because my 17-year-old was riding a bike and it didn't have a light on it. That actually just happened. Except they didn't knock down his door. You know what they did to the kid? They ran him over with an SUV. Literally. Simply because his bike didn't have a light on it and he was riding around at night. And where I live at, they stopped some kids because they said that they were going too fast on the sidewalk. And the speed limit is supposed to be, 12, 15 miles an hour. And they said, you're going too fast. Now, I can understand safety issues because but here's the thing. If there is a safety issue where you should only ride so fast, it should be posted. If you don't know, then how is it your fault? But they really did. They had a bunch of police around these kids, and they were just like, what do? We were just riding our bikes, It's like, yeah, there's a speed limit that you don't know about because we never posted it, and it's not widely known. It's like, wait, what? So how am I supposed to obey the law if I don't know what it is and it's not posted? That's a problem. But I do understand there being a speed limit on bikes because you can hit somebody. So I get that. But it has to be posted, and it wasn't. So it's like, wait, what? And then why do you have 5 cop cars here for some kids just riding bikes? So there's that.